Hello, my name is Michael Selak, and I am dedicating this channel to artificial intelligence, to coding, prompting, and technology in general. Recently, I came about a concept called second brain. It's basically an extension of your brain which allows you to store and manage and understand some information. Most people based it on Obsidian. Obsidian is a free tool which allows you to visualize and to put transcripts, to put information, articles, and so on, and get specific results out of it. So one possibility is to use Obsidian for the like clicking through the topics because we are like hypertext links. Second possibility is to have the graph where you can see the relations of the topics, words, and so on. And for me as a visual person, it's very important. So I understand stuff when it's visual, when it's structured, when it's understandable. And for me, it's really interesting. And I was starting to think for me, how can I use it? What could be done? And basically, I tested it by saying to Codex, download 60 videos from this YouTuber and 60 videos from the other. And I downloaded them and I put them into Obsidian. So it was very interesting to see how dense network it created and how the topics and how the words and how the themes are interrelated. But in the end, I saw this big graphic, the big graph where I can click and I will see the relations highlighted and so on. And I started to see that it's not helping me. It's not extending my specific knowledge in relation to my specific goals. So I started to think about it, how I consume information, why I consume it, and what I expect. So I came to the conclusion that I watch a lot of videos, I read a number of articles, but I just take some minor part, some understanding from it. So one thing is, for example, news. Yeah, so I watch a lot of video channels like Matt Wolf, Future Tools, where I ingest a lot of the curated links, information, also like distilled information of what's happening around the world in AI and how it is changing the world. So Matt is one of the best channels in this area, and he basically says it in a very human, very good form, so that I can understand it, and I can consume the news very well. And it's one of the best channels. I put the link in the description. The second YouTuber I used was Nate B. Jones. And this guy basically works with teams and enterprises and companies to put AI in context on what's basically happening and how it influences our work and our future. So Nate is more about explaining the ideas in the context of what's happening to what is the corporate experience or what is the use of these ideas of the new technologies in the practical company enterprise life. So it's also very useful and helpful. And so I learned how the system can basically take the transcripts, how it can display it, and how can I click it. But sincerely, Obsidian is a fantastic tool. I like it. And now I can also show my vault to other people and say, I have this complex graph, and so it's so much information, and they are all interrelated, and I can show you the relations. If I click to this, this will be highlighted. If I click into that, that part of the graph will be highlighted. And now I understand all the relations. But more and more as I was using it, so I was questioning what is the use for me? Because I have certain goals like being a better coder, making better prompts, use Codex and ChatGPT to maximum extent, create some new ideas, create something beautiful, amazing for people what they can experience, be it in applications or server solutions, have some daily use from what I do, basically inspire me and inspire other people to make something incredible, because now you can. Now, Codex and ChatGPT allows you to do that. And I I still, I was thinking about it, and more, if I looked at that complex graph, it started to put kind of fear, or the complexity was so high that I imagined if I wanted to click through some specific topic, I would be spending hours. And yes, this is the LLM plus Wikipedia concept Andrei Karpate talked about, and basically he created this whole wave about it, about the second brain, about using Obsidian with the LLMs, with some information. And my like feeling start growing kind of negative, because I imagined if I will be putting in information every day, so the graph and the complexity of the Wikipedia and of the information will be growing and growing, and I don't have the clarity, because I have like simple concepts in my mind. I want clarity, simplicity, and understanding. And for me to have something or take something useful from it, so I would have to understand what's the information, what are the news, how can I use it for me, and how that align with my goals in the future. And in this, I started to think, is there a better way? Could I try to create a better way? And actually, with ChatGPT plus Codex, I started to think about a concept which I called, it could be called clarity lens, it could be called KAGO, like knowledge aligned goals, or some, goal fit on other names. I don't have this stabilized, but the idea is that what you learn or what you can scrape or download is kind of clutter. It's information mixed with data, mixed with disinformation, mixed with manipulation, and so on. So you get a lot of different stuff. And what I have to do normally is to filter it and to reduce it to just the information I can use, and moreover, which is aligned with my goals. So I took this idea and started to work with Codex and with ChatGPT to basically create a micro SAS system, so that it evolved into a first very coarse stuff. Like I have this first step, which is intake of the clutter. So basically I put some screenshots, I put some text files, some MD files, some spreadsheets, and so on. I put them and I zip them. I make a zip and I basically put the zip file onto the system. And in the system, in my profile, I define in my profile what I'm interested in. I'm interested in technology, AI, agents. I'm not interested in gardening. I'm not interested in cooking. For example, if I would put 60 transcripts from the channels of Vincenzo's Plate, which I really love. If you are into cooking, so just give it a look. Vincenzo's Plate has amazing Italian cooking. I love it. By hi Vincenzo. But for me, for the part of work and for my extended knowledge about technology, about coding, about creating applications and server solutions, it's not useful. The same with gardening. If I put 60 transcripts of videos about gardening, I don't have any idea how I would use it. So I tested these videos so that they will be rejected 100% because they are not basically they are not making anything better for my knowledge and experience to fulfill my goal, to increase my knowledge in AI, technology, agents, applications, server-based solutions. So I made it kind of functional, just the first phase. So it basically filters out, and I love GitHub, and basically this process as the diff, so that as you see the pluses, what is added, the minuses, what is subtracted, and even what's deleted and forgetted and so on. So I made this approach to show basically that it ingested, it's prepared to add some units of information, or I call it signals, and it's prepared to reject that amount of, like clutter units. It's also in the application. And basically then there are some not so exact, exactly classifiable items. So it's kind of a watch list and something even what I can delete and change my current or old beliefs and understanding. So because a lot of research now shows that a lot of the old concepts are no longer valid, so I can change and delete that old information and replace it with new information. So very simply said, I get clutter in and I get understanding out. So after processing the files, I got this, I get this, button add to my MCP, because I learned the MCP server works best way for me to being able, if I put anything new, if I add information to my MCP server, I can just connect the MCP server to my ChatGPT and I can immediately query it and chat about it and get some new knowledge, get some new context, get some new understanding, get some new ideas. So I consider it very useful. And as far as I try it in many different areas, like MCP servers containing information about tours, about houses, about video transcripts, and so on. So far, I have one of the best experiences how AI can handle and manage the information contained in MCP servers. So I used an MCP server. So there is a button after the processing. There is a button which allows me to add all the selected information to my MCP server. So I just click it, it's done in few seconds. And then I have a knowledge fit board, which basically is a display how that information is adding, how it's extending or changing my knowledge base. So I see I made a little bit, stylized visualization like small Lego bricks in different colors, so I can see how I am building my information, how it increased in this field, how it replaced something, how it basically didn't contribute to a specific area. So it's very interesting visualization, and still I think that I need a lot of improvement, but in general the idea is to visualize the knowledge fit to my goals. So that's my knowledge fit board. And in the end, I have two more items in the menu. One is basically to show the chunks, the chips of knowledge I learned from the articles, from the CSV files, from news, from screenshots, and it's put as text items in different columns. And I can click on the item, and on the right side I can read a better description about this item, some explanation in the full text. And this allows me to remind me what was the news, what was the word, what was the sentence or the paragraph, which basically made the system to add it to my knowledge base, to extend my knowledge base, to increase my knowledge and experience based on this article, sentence, or information. And the last part, the last item on the menu, is basically the query of the MCP system itself. So it's like I'm asking some questions before the information is added, and I showcase the answer, and then I have the same information which is basically extended with the MCP server after I added the new information. So this is the proof. I can see what is the answer before and what is the answer after. And this is like the final proof for me that after I added some of the processed information, I get a different answer from my MCP server. So still in very early stages, I wrote an article with the help of ChatGPT to Medium. I also published the same article on Substack, so I'm leaving the links for you in the description. And if you would be really interested in knowing, in basically trying the system out, so I'm thinking about allowing some early access, because you can create basically a login, and you can experiment, tinker with it a little bit, and get some understanding what the system does. So it's about this idea to minimize the clutter I am getting from all sides, to basically take even a focused information as all these descriptions, the transcripts of the Matt Wolf channel, of Nate B. Jones channel, and other channels from YouTube and from other sources, to intake articles and so on, and to add that information in a structured way to my MCP server, to my knowledge, to extend what I want, what I understand, to basically be closer to my goals, to enhance my knowledge towards the know. So yes, the rejection rate is very high. It's like 70-80% or even higher. But I really get the information I need, I consider, I believe is important for me, and which can contribute to my future goal. So it's about the system. This is just part one. It's just, as I wrote on Medium, it's like the preliminary concept. It's some like first level of demo. So I will be dedicating more time and fine-tuning the processing of the information. But this is like knowledge aligned goals to enhance my information, my knowledge, and to use all the information sources in a meaningful way to extend what I want to achieve in my life. So I am curious about your comments, questions. Write me below or contact me to my email. They are all in the bio. So yeah, let me know what you think. And I will be preparing a next video about this and showing you some examples. So thanks for watching, Have a good time and peace, Michael.